Yep, it's that time. It's time for another hog roast with our favorite sex pig, Jason Blaha. Woo! Let's do this. Okay, thank you for your patience. I have finally sorted my audio issue. And somewhere in my new computer, as I transferred the software that I use to do these videos, somewhere in that transfer, I turned something off. And it took me hours of frustration to find the little virtual switch that I turned off, and I turned off the microphone. And I was going through all sorts of programs to try and get it restarted and reset and turned on. So thank you for your patience. This is the third time doing this video. This is the Greg Doucette video with bonus features. So it's going to be a super long one. You might need a cup of coffee. You might need to do it over 2 days, but we're going to make this long and hard, just the way blah blah likes it, long and hard, usually black as well, but we can't have everything. All right, so yes, where do we begin? Let's start at the beginning, and this is Jason Blaha's breakfast chat with Greg Doucette. Yeah. And to start with, you know, we can take in he's sitting on his dirty old box with sweat stains on it from his fat ass and balls, tiny little balls. And he's eating his bowl of rice with probably spam or something chopped up in there. And he's wearing, let's not forget, this is February the 20th. He's still wearing over over a month later, he's still wearing a Christmas jumper. It's better than him sitting there naked with his udders hanging low. My udders, shall I say it? Milk me! Anyway, so yeah, it's better he's covered his udders up, so that's good for us. You know, we might be eating our breakfast at this point, and we don't want to be put off that thinking about milk and all that stuff. Milk me! No, no, no. We don't want to be thinking about milky udders and looking at his big droopy tits, do we? No. Anyway, let's start the video.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for a breakfast chat. And yes, I am in my ugly Christmas sweater because this is day 6 in Houston without heat. I at least have power now. I don't have running water. I don't have heat, so I'm cooking and washing dishes with bottled water. Fortunately, me being a prepper, I have a 6-month supply of water on hand.
He's a prepper now. He's a prepper. So because he goes to Costco and he bulk buys jasmine rice, Coke Zero, and a few bottles of water, he thinks that qualifies him as a prepper. This parasite can only live off government handouts and the goodwill of women. Yeah, every woman he attaches himself to has to support him. You know, so he gets supported by the government. Any woman that's stupid enough to get involved with this loser ends up supporting him. Yeah. Look at the way he sucks off YouTube. I mean, this guy is a parasite and he's a dependent. He depends on other people to survive. Can you imagine if there was some sort of post-apocalyptic sort of life? Or if there was a nuclear war or some sort of big, I don't know, solar storm and it took out all the shut down the power grid. This guy would be dead within a week. He's one of the first that would die. You know, he can't support himself even when everything's okay. He's a prepper. Because he bulk buys jasmine rice, Coke Zero and a bit of water from Costco because he's so fucking cheap. He thinks that qualifies him as a prepper. He's a wanker. Fucking idiot. I'm a prepper, guys. Yes, I'm a prepper. He would be dead within a week. He nearly died when they cut the power. You know, they cut the power, yeah, and they cut the heating, and he hadn't fucking washed or shaved or anything in days. You know, this guy would be dead within a week if something was going to happen. Be dead. Anyway, let's crack on.
So at least I'm able to do that. I'm even having to flush my toilet with bottled water this morning.
You know, he's got that sort of silly little laugh when he lies. You know, always when he lies, he finishes it off. It's like even he can't believe the bullshit he's saying. Yeah. So when he lies, he goes, you know, he chuckles to himself afterwards because he knows he's lying. He can hear himself lying, and it even makes him laugh because he's a bit simple.
Well, I'm here eating beef and rice.
Beef and rice. It's probably hot dogs and rice. Really cheap hot dogs in a tin. You know, real cheap fucking hot dogs. He probably chops them up and he puts them in his fucking jasmine rice. And it's all lovely. It's meaty rice. It's not meat, Blaha. That is fucking dog shit you're eating, son.
Let's talk about Greg Doucette replying in my comments. Now, he jumped up and tried to claim that what I did was clickbait. I'm not interested in clickbait. I barely discuss anything in the community anymore.
But he knows what's going on, barely discusses it, doesn't watch it, but he knows everything that's going on. And incidentally, this fucking scumbag parasite, he's saying that it's not clickbait. Yeah, it's not clickbait. Of course, it's clickbait. Anyone in his comment section that disagrees with him, yeah, he bans and deletes their comment. Yeah, anyone. You go on there and you just say even the slightest disagreement with something he's saying, he will ban you and delete the comment. Yeah, because it's Greg Doucette with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, one of the biggest now. You know, next to Athlete X, one of the biggest, most popular YouTube channels in YouTube fitness. He leaves it. He leaves the comment there. Yeah. Anyone else here delete, but he leaves it there so he can make a video off the back of it. Yeah. Some sort of credibility, some sort of kudos. You know, fuck off, Blaha. You're so transparent. He's as transparent as his dirty, filthy skin. Yeah. He leaves Greg Doucette's comment there and he milks it for all it's worth because it's a big YouTuber. And this parasite is all about the shekels. We know that. The shekels. So yeah, fucking it's so obvious. Just a parasite. Clickbait parasite.
My channel these days is about documenting my training, discussing coaching, discussing strength training, and using it as a funnel for my coaching business, which is my primary job and income. I am a strength coach by profession. It's what I do for a living these days. It's been that way for a while.
Oh yeah, such a great, great strength coach. I mean, he's using Joe Fraser, the boxer, Joe Fraser, little 18-year-old British kid who puts up videos. I mean, Joe Fraser is a he's got a great little channel there, making a lot of money by the look of things. Very successful for a young boy. Um, Good luck to him. He puts up lots of videos, Joe Fraser. You know, he puts up lots of content, and not once, you know, it's all fitness related. Not once has he mentioned this cup, this old man in Texas pretending to be a coach, terrified to leave his house or his flat or his Section 8 housing, whatever the hell his cuck shack. Yeah, terrified. Not once has Joe Fraser ever mentioned this cuck. I don't think he ever will. I think this cuck is just using Joe Fraser and his content just to get more views. I think he is. Because Joe Fraser has never mentioned this guy. And Mickey, fuck knows who Mickey is. Dirty Mickey. Mr. Ooh, little mustache, little leather hat. We know where Mickey hangs out. Fuck, it's so obvious.
So he made this video about good mornings, and then everyone who knows me knows these days I am a massive advocate of good mornings. I have said my clients on Team Blaha, no matter what sport they compete in,
Team Blaha. It's an online team, guys. I live online. Do you want to be in the online team? Fucking loser. Team Blaha. Team loser.
even my non-competitors, we live on box squats and good mornings. And good mornings are a staple exercise. They're an exercise.
Box squats, good mornings, deadlifts. They are all he can do. Because his body is weird. It's a lunch lady body. A lunch lady body. He's got massive lower half, big, massive hips and thighs, like a lunch lady. Tiny upper body. Long, weird, stringy, sort of gangly arms. Perfect for hoiking weights off of the ground. Yeah? That's it. Yeah, it's a lunch lady body. So he's got a big solid base and these gangly arms. It's a perfect body, if you can call it perfect, but it's perfect for those shitty lifts. Yeah, that's all he can do. Those shitty lifts. Yeah, they're good lifts, but when blah blah does them, it's shitty. Yeah, everything he touches turns to shit. You know, we know this. Everything. Anyone who gets involved with this clown, it turns to shit. So they are the only lifts he can do. And because Greg Doucette came out and said, you know, that the good morning is risky, and there's a lot of other. Now, let's not forget, Greg Doucette is a qualified trainer. Yeah, he's a qualified coach. He has a master's degree in biomechanics. He knows what he's talking about. This clown is a master at Googling, a masturbator. Anyway, so there are better exercises that are less dangerous. Yeah, or let's say there are exercises that are just as good but less risky. Let's say that. Yeah. But because it's one of the only three lifts he can do because of his deformed, strange, weird lunch lady body, he's gone all defensive. Yeah, gone all defensive. And the fact that a qualified coach with a master's degree in biomechanics, yeah, kinesiology, has come on his channel and just tore him a new arsehole, just humiliated him, embarrassed him. That's why he's so triggered.
Exercise I legitimately and truly believe have a place in every single person's training, unless they have a physical injury or issue that prevents them from being able to perform the exercise. That should be an exception for any mandatory exercise. I don't consider the good morning to be optional. All of my clients do them, all of them. So I'm pretty passionate about this lift. I believe is a staple exercise, or at least variations of it. So when you have someone like Greg who makes a video like that, a bunch of people linked it to me. I don't watch Greg. I don't care what Greg does.
If he loves Greg, he loves any muscular man. He's obsessed with bodybuilders and their little posing pouches. He's obsessed with them. You know, he used to have an obsession for the booty daddy, whatever his name was, Chuck Basher. Likes a bit of black. And he's obsessed with Mike O'Hearn. He's obsessed with Greg Doucette. He's absolutely obsessed with young men and older men that are ripped and buff and everything. He just wants to be punished by them, let's face it. He just wants to be held down and pounded. He's a dirty little cuck.
I don't care about bodybuilding.
Ah.
Okay, it's not an interest of mine. I don't know who won the Mr. Olympia this year. I don't have any idea.
That proves it. He doesn't know because he's stupid and ill-informed, and he hasn't got a clue what's going on in the fitness world. he thinks that means he's not obsessed with bodybuilders and he's not got some weird homosexual obsession with bodybuilders. All he thinks about, all he talks about, all he dreams about is bodybuilders.
Follow it. But he made the video, and I made a relatively respectful defense of it, and I did do a screenshot of his terrible form. Now, he came into my comments claiming, oh, you're just clickbaiting, showing me making fun of the form. I was like, well, no, Greg, because that is what you demonstrated. That is what I have to go on. Okay? You did that form as a demonstration of a good morning. I have no other info on your knowledge of the good morning other than that, because I don't.
See, he's such a lying cuck, and he'll twist the truth to get what he needs. Yeah, he'll twist anything to get what he needs. This is how deceptive and deceitful and lying and manipulative he is. Yeah. The video in question, yeah, was Greg Doucette shows 10 exercises that are kind of irrelevant now. They're not really the best exercises to be using. One was that I can think of was a behind the head shoulder press. Yeah, that puts your head at a weird angle and it's risky on the neck. Yeah. Good morning's the same. You can pick up an injury doing it, especially if you go really heavy and do it properly. Not like blah blah. He does fucking weird squat good mornings, strange fucking technique. I don't know. Even I know that what he does is fucking wrong. Anyway, so Greg Doucette showed and spoke about the 10 exercises that are kind of redundant now, yeah? And he showed why. And he gave a demonstration of the good morning as well as the other 9. And he gave a demonstration of people doing it wrong. Yeah, he showed people doing it wrong, how they do it wrong, and how they get injured. And because this piece of trash is so manipulative, desperate for content, and desperate to make videos and clickbait them and all that with Greg Doucette's name, he's saying, "Oh, the video you showed, the demonstration you showed in your video, is all I've got to go on." And then and he made a video saying, "Look at your terrible form. Look how shit it is. How can you say anything about dead good mornings? Blah blah blah." Yeah. And then Greg Doucette went on his video and said, "Nice clickbait. Yeah, you can see it. He'll put it up in a minute. Nice clickbait video. Uh, why did you show? Why didn't you understand that that was me giving a demonstration on how not to do it?" How you get injured doing it wrong. Most people do it wrong. It was a demonstration of bad form. But this cuck, he knew it, but then he says, "Oh no, I made it because that's all you demonstrated." He's a piece of trash. He's a manipulative piece of trash that will do anything for the shekels. He will manipulate the truth so he can make a video and get something out of it and clickbait the fuck out of it. I mean, he is a scumbag.
Watch your channel. And here's the thing. Instead of creating a defense, he made a couple of posts. I have screenshots of all of it. Other people have already jumped in. Alan Roberts jumped all over that ass, by the way.
But it's a decent clickbait of a pic of me making fun of people doing the good morning incorrectly to make it look like I don't know how to do a good morning properly. So this is Greg Doucette. He's saying it was him showing poor form as an example. So people get injured by using poor form. And this piece of trash knew it, but he still pretended that was Greg showing how to do it with poor form accidentally. Absolute scumbag, manipulative, deceptive scumbag, desperate for shekels, desperate for content.
The way in my comments below for anyone who wants to see that. Greg, maybe you should say his name. Throw that out there. Then we go stir in a pot.
There we go, stirring a pot, trying to get Greg Doucette and Alan Roberts to have some friction as well, a bit of static between them, because he's a little cuck bitch. Yeah, he's that little fucking squeaky voiced pussy bitch that that tries to start fights between people. Yeah, so they won't beat the shit out of him. You know that little cucky kid at school that will try and stir things up between two guys so that they don't beat the shit out of him. That's this guy. Pathetic.
You should probably say his name, Greg.
Look at the way he shovels that food in his mouth, and it all falls out because he's got no teeth. He puts it in, it all just falls out because there's no teeth to keep the food in. Watch it. Watch all the food just fall. He puts it in, it all falls out.
You should probably say his name, Greg. And he
he,
raised an
he
interest.
doesn't even swallow it. He just doesn't even chew it. Nothing. It just it's gone. He's just a fucking animal in every sense.
Interesting point, because Greg could not defend his position in no way. And a lot of people noted that. They put in other comments all through there. He had no defense. All he argues about is, are you going to show me doing curls wrong next? No, Greg, because I don't care about curls. Half of my clients don't do curls.
They don't do girls. That's why they get no girls. He gets trannies. He gets kicked with kicks. He gets the old cocks in frocks. He loves a tranny. Is he still dating Steuben? Probably on the down low, keeping it down low, banging the shit out of Steuben's back doors. He's loving a bit of tranny action. Why do they always go for trannies? You got this fucking freak, you got Big Lenny, you got Mark Steuben, even Jason Genova had to go on a tranny. I'm sure he did. Fucking, why do they always end up banging trannies? Fucking animals.
I don't care. He says, well, I don't have people ask to grass squat either. Neither do I. I don't think it's appropriate for all people. I think less than half of lifters should be trying to do a full Olympic squat. Okay? I don't disagree with that. I don't perform the full squat. I do power squats.
He does power squats on a cock. He does power. He's riding a cock. He does power squats. He doesn't do ass to grass full Olympic squats. It's got nothing to do with his knees being shot to fucking pieces, just like his shoulders. No, no, no. He does power squats because he's powerful. And it break your leg with one kick. That's why he doesn't enter MMA fights. Because he could kill a man with one super kick from his power squat legs. What a cocksucker.
It's completely irrelevant to the topic. He talked about everything but the actual topic, which was good mornings, and me calling him out on his ill-informed, ignorant ass, stupid ass stance. Because that's what it was. And any strength coach who understands a good morning should be offended by the level of stupidity that he presented. It's just a dangerous exercise with no biomechanics to back it.
No biomechanics to back it. Greg Doucette has a degree, a master's degree in biomechanics. I think he knows what he's talking about. More than some fat bloke hiding away in his Section 8 cuck shack, sitting on a box because he can't go deep on a squat, only deep on a cock.
No data, no information, no actual reason. No reason at all. And people, he can't claim, well, I've hit these lifts and therefore I'm because Greg, people a fucking hell of a lot stronger than you endorse the Good Morning and program it for all their lifters.
Look how triggered he is. Way. People way a hell of a lot stronger. He's so triggered because Greg Doucette is a proper, real, qualified, successful coach. He's been involved in powerlifting. He's got world records. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records. He's done over 60 bodybuilding competitions. He's done 52, I think, powerlifting competitions. Greg Doucette, love him or hate him. I know he's got a bit of a squeaky voice and he puts on a certain persona for the camera. But love him or hate him, he is a success in the fitness game. Unlike this. And this is why fucking Blaha is so fucking triggered. Absolutely triggered. This is why he's swearing. And he starts threatening him. Starts threatening him with violence and calling him names and abusing him verbally. Absolutely triggered.
Do you think that's appropriate for the average recreational lifter? You think that's appropriate for your teenage lifters that you're telling them to take ephedrine to lose weight? Right? You can't pull that bullshit and then come to my channel and tell me that good mornings are dangerous. You telling me that ephedrine is safer than good mornings? If you're pull that bullshit and then come to my channel and tell me that good mornings are dangerous, you telling me that ephedrine is safer than good mornings? If you're really saying that, Greg, then fuck you. You're a stupid, lying piece of shit. Period. If you think that that's safer, because correctly done good mornings don't hurt people. They don't hurt people at all.
He can't eat food without it all falling out of his mouth, like with because he's got no teeth. So he's verbally abusing Greg Doucette, verbally abusing him. And this video of his should be reported for threats of violence, verbal abuse, and everything, just because Greg Doucette went on his channel, cucked him, and triggered him. Cucked on his own channel in his house. This is my house. I thought it was your classroom, but no, this is my house, not my classroom today. Last week was my classroom. This week is my house. So yeah, so he's verbally abusing him, as he shoves food in and it all falls out of his toothless mouth.
You think that's appropriate for your teenage lifters that you're telling them to take ephedrine to lose weight?
And in Greg Doucette's video, I've watched the part where he's doing the good mornings and everything. I haven't seen him or heard him at any point say, "Don't do good mornings, take ephedrine." Again, it's another straw man argument that Blaha has created so he can make a drama video. Yeah, it's a straw man argument that Blaha has created so he can make a clickbait drama video. Greg Doucette never, ever, ever said, "Don't do good mornings, take ephedrine instead." No one who'd say that. Only in Blaha's twisted reality would anyone say that. But he doesn't. He's just made that up so he can make a drama video, a clickbait drama video. Straw man argument.
Right? You can't pull that bullshit and then come to my channel and tell me that good mornings are dangerous. You telling me that ephedrine is safer than good mornings? If you're really saying that, Greg, then fuck you. You're a stupid, lying piece of shit.
He never said it. So he's not a lying piece of shit. And he doesn't need to be fucked. Because he never said it. This is just another straw man argument, like I said, that blah blah has made up so he can clickbait the video and create a drama video. Anyway, so this is where he pretty much threatens him.
Stuff. And then if you're going to come over here and try to talk to me on my channel, you're in my house. I'm a 44-year-old grown man. Greg, do you understand that if you pop off to me man to man the way that you did and dodge the question in my own house, I would have probably slapped you in the mouth?
Blah blah. You're not going to slap anyone in the mouth. You will be slapped in the mouth. We've seen you cucked over and over and over. Alex Rosen cucked the fuck out of you. You were cowering. He was telling you to show your teeth. You showed your teeth. He said, measure your arm, your gimp arm. You measured your gimp arm. You will not slap anyone. You are not an alpha. You will never be an alpha. You can't even pretend to be an alpha. You are a beta cuck. And you wouldn't slap Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette is fit. And he would beat the shit out of you. You are fat. And you would have the shit beaten out of you. Slap Greg Doucette. He wouldn't slap anyone. He'd be cowering in the corner, crying, trying to phone Greg Doucette's mother. Hello, can you stop Greg Doucette beating me? seems to be. He thought he was actually talking to Mark Steuben's mother. I had a very long chat with Mark Steuben's mother, young man, and he actually was talking to Mark Steuben, pretending to be his mother in some sort of weird, twisted, psycho episode. How fucked everything in this man's life.
Stuff. And then if you're going to come over here and try to talk to me on my channel, you're in my house. I'm a 44-year-old grown man. Greg, do you understand that if you pop off to me man to man the way that you did and dodged the question in my own house, I would have probably slapped you in the mouth?
He ain't gonna slap anyone. No one's gonna go to his cuck shack. He doesn't answer the door. He's got bars on the windows. He's terrified to meet anyone. So he can act like a tough guy behind a keyboard in front of the camera on YouTube. Because in reality, it's completely different. He will get fucked by anyone, not even tough guys. Even beta males, beta men would beat the shit out of this cuck. This guy's below beta. Anyway, so we're going to move on from this video. Just turn the heating down in my... How are you liking this van chat? This is a van chat. This is a van roast. Van roasting in the van. Anyway, I was just on the YouTube. Things pop up, don't they? Things pop up. And this one caught my eye. Hang on, where is it? There it is. So I'm in the van using...
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time.
I'm in the van using a tethered, so it's tethered to my phone. So I'm using internet connection from my phone. So there's a little bit of a delay on some of the stuff. But yeah, this one caught my eye. This is from April the 30th, 2018. It's one of his videos. And what I want you to look at here is it's actually his mattress in the corner of his room on the floor. So he's got the mattress on the floor, like some sort of, an empty house where people break in and they sleep rough there, yeah? Like squatters. I don't know if they're called squatters in America. In the UK, they're called squatters. You break into a derelict house, you get an old mattress on the floor. Junkies go in there to like inject drugs and drink beer and get fucked up and all that stuff. It's just a doss house. So he's got a mattress on the floor, like a doss house, like a bum. But he comes up with a wonderful idea that, this is back when he was banging Moon Cookie, the tranny, yeah. Me and Moon Cookie were banging away. I was smashing his back doors in, and we broke the bed. So now we sleep on the floor on a mattress. This is what he says. Check this out. I never heard this one before, but this is great.
Time for another Bulgarian training session, and there's going to be some...
Look how fat he is back then. I mean, really fat. Bulgarian training, bulging training session, big bulging fat ass and a big muffin top, and just disgusting.
bloopers at the end. And on a side note here, a few people are saying, hey, what's up with that? Is that a bed on the floor? Why don't you have a frame and everything there? Well, Brittany, hey, what's up with that? Is that a bed on the floor? Why don't you...
They saying, oh yeah, my subscribers are asking, why have you got an old mattress on the floor? Why are you sleeping on a mattress like a homeless sort of person? Anyway, listen to his response.
Hey, what's up with that? Is that a bed on the floor? Why don't you have a frame? frame and everything there. Well, Brittany and I kind of broke the bed frame. Now, some of you kids wouldn't know anything about that, but when you're strong and you work out and you got a lot of body weight, sometimes, that hip thrust breaks the bed.
His hip thrust breaks the bed. His hip thrust when he's banging the shit out of that tranny's back doors on the bed. He broke the bed by pounding Moon Cookie's ass. He was going so hard and deep, they broke the bed. This guy can't go deep. We're talking about a little acorn dick. But it's ridiculous. He tries to be such an alpha, doesn't he? Like such a stud. Saying, oh, you kids won't know about this, but when you're banging away at a tranny like I do, you tend to break beds.
Well, Brittany and I kind of broke the bed frame. Now, some of you kids wouldn't know anything about that, but when you're strong and you work out and you got a lot of body weight, sometimes, that hip thrust breaks the bed. We have another one in storage. We just have to borrow a truck to go get it.
There's the laugh again. We have another one in storage. Yeah, right. He's laughing. He's lying. Yeah, he hasn't got a fucking bed in storage. He's probably going to go down to the thrift store and, the Salvation Army, see if they've got one. But he hasn't got one in storage.
Hey, what's up with that? Is that a bed on the floor? Why don't you have a frame and everything there? Well, Brittany and I kind of broke the bed frame. Now, some of you kids wouldn't know anything about that, but when you're strong and you work out and you got a lot of body weight, sometimes, that hip thrust breaks the bed. We have another one in storage. We just have to borrow a truck to go get it set up. Although I am wondering it's going to probably be even further in my camera. I'll have to adjust my camera angles further once we.
Because his room's so small. Everything is in camera shot because he lived in a weird, tiny little Section 8 housing unit. But anyway, so this is the next one I found. Yeah, it's called Blaha the businessman, and this is where I've actually just put this on my Instagram. And do go over to my Instagram because there's a lot of stuff on there. There's a lot of van life stuff, but there's a lot of other stuff as well, especially on the IGTV. I put a lot of, a few bits on the fucking Blaha on there. So this has just been put up there. But this is just one where he's showing his racism, bigotry, uh, prejudice, and Islamophobia. So he's saying, well, I'll let
And
him
last
speak.
question of the week. If your future tactical business expanded to a point where you were operating internationally, would you deal with clients from countries whose culture you disagree with morally, such as the Middle East, or would you take the business as business viewpoint? No, I wouldn't deal with cultures that I find that I have a problem with or I consider dangerous at all. So no, if I was dealing with this stuff internationally, I absolutely would not deal with any Islamic countries. And I'll take a page from my father on this. My father, as I've mentioned earlier, self-made millionaire, ex-special forces from Vietnam. He has worked at upper management in some major corporations like self-made millionaire, ex-special forces from Vietnam. He has worked at upper management in some major corporations like Cameron International. And this
Self-made millionaire, ex-special forces in Vietnam. I mean, his father is Dutch from Predator, isn't it? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator. Dylan! And the big arms. Fuck off, Blaha. But your father is not a fucking self-made millionaire. And he's not ex-special forces. You're not a mercenary. You're not a tactical firearms channel running. You don't do anything. You're a bum. You're a bum and a parasite that pretends to be things he's not. So he reckons he's running. This was back when he was thinking about running a tactical channel, and then he got outed for stolen valor and being a fake merc and all the rest of it. I mean, this guy's a fucking loser on every level. He really is. But here he is, sort of being bigoted, saying he won't deal with Muslims and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here, guys, because I think we've done enough. Thank you for your patience. I hope you enjoyed the roast. And I hope you enjoyed the new setting, which is the van. My van roast. Yeah, so a roast from the camper van. Do like, subscribe, share, tell your friends if you got any, tell your mother, tell your brother, tell everyone you know. and let them know to sub. I can't even speak anymore. To sub to the channel, yeah, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the videos. You know, become a Patreon, become a supporter of the channel. I don't know, do whatever you want. But I hope you like the channel. I hope you like the new format, because I've changed everything on BitChute now to just be a dedicated Blaha roasting channel, the wonderful world of Blaha. So if you do like this, come over to my YouTube channel, let me know, leave a comment and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, there we go. I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to leave you now with this.